Here we are. This is post business conference for the Southeastern European Film Festival.
Right.
And we sat through about an hour and a half of talk from foreign filmmakers, and basically they were saying that if you're an American actor that wants American work in films, a good idea is to go over there.
Shh, don't tell everyone.
Oh.
It's our secret.
Okay. Okay, let's talk about something else then. We had a renewed vision to make stories that are from the heart. What's different about European films and American films is European films usually are more interested with the story, the message, the reality, whereas America, those film companies are more interested with what? Joseph, you were listening.
I think from like the producer's standpoint, it's more like they just want to know that they'll make money on it, and they don't care so much.
Cha-ching! That was
What's
the answer.
in it.
Some of these European filmmakers were actually saying they didn't care if they got the money back. They were. They just wanted to get their work out there.
But they were saying that in Europe it's kind of institutionalized, where like the well-known filmmakers will get all the funding for it because all the funding comes from different like governments or ministries and things like that. And they say that it can sometimes impede other filmmakers from doing what they want because it's so like they were saying there are good and bad parts to the American and the European way of making films.
Because many European films get grants from other countries.
And when you get so many grants from so many different parties with so many different people on the boards, like they all want to make it this way or that way. They want your film to be this way or that way, and then it's like so many people have an interest in it that they said that could get in the way of them doing what they think the film should be.
But basically what I was saying is that some of them really just went with whatever their chosen message was, and the money was secondary. I mean, if they were just concentrating on the money issue, they wouldn't have made the film in the first place.
Yeah.
Whereas many American filmmakers, they don't think that way. They think about making the money.
Yeah, they think what kind of movie will bring in bucks.
Right.
Let's do that.
Which is why there's a lot of films out there with big explosions, negative things, just to get eyeballs. I don't know. And I don't exactly know what it is about the American public that feeds into these negative stories.
I mean, I think explosions are fine as long as the story is like about, you know, good protagonists and doing good things and stuff like that. But if it's just like blood and violence and stuff like that all over the place for no purpose, or if it's like the kind of movie where you root for the monster to kill the humans just to cause destruction, that's kind of negative. So
I agree, and I'm not really sure why people even like that. I am not a fan of horror stories whatsoever. When I was little, I got scared of The Creature of the Black Lagoon, but the only reason I was watching it is because I had 3D glasses that I had gotten from Burger King, and I was at my grandparents' and it was really neat. But like, that's my limit as far as horror goes. They didn't show anything there. You know, he came from a swamp, but there was not blood and guts and all this crazy stuff that people actually laugh at it. Now, I know sometimes laughter could be a release of anxiety, but I think there's more to it on why they're laughing.
I think some people, they just get twisted in their heads, and they like to see human beings dismembered, and they like to see blood gushing out, and I think it's kind of sick.
I really have to wonder about filmmakers that specifically cater to the horror crowd. You know, I think that a lot of times it's just about the money, because I've talked to some of them and that's what they say. They're not really even into it. I will say though that some of the actors think that making horror films are fun. I guess. I mean, you're using like all these prosthetics and paint
it's
and
like
all.
fun how like a haunted house kind of thing could be fun. But
yeah, but the final product is really negative for viewers most of the time.
And I don't think it'd be fun to be an actor where like I'm screaming the whole day in terror. Like, I don't think that would be fun to act. If I'm more like the hero of the story, that would be fun, but not if I like get torn apart by zombies. And
I hope they have a vocal coach at least. You know, that's really bad to be screaming your lungs out with no technique. Ah! You know, I have some technique, breath control, but I choose not to be in horror films. I like horror-free films. Horror-free. So, Vera, who is the artistic director of the SEEFest Film Festival, did I say that right? She's really a great organizer. She brings in consulate generals into the festival from all different countries, representing the different countries that the filmmakers are from. It's really interesting. The consulate generals are very supportive of the arts in Southeast European for films. They're just